Live from their studio in South Florida, Twist Gaming. Featuring lead broadcaster, Matt Koza. Co-host and creative genius, Josh Perry. Co-host and interviewer extraordinaire, Ann Lazito. Co-host and marketing mogul, Aaron Murphy. With appearances from special guest, Lucy. Welcome to Twist Gaming, where you get to play board games with us.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Twist Gaming, where you get to play board games
with us.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and happy holiday week for those of you in the United States. Tonight we are playing as a continuation of Twitch Plays Middara, The Unintentional Malum Act 1. This is one of our Play With Us campaigns, our interactive playthrough campaign games, where you find folks at home are playing as one of our characters, Nightingale. Make sure that you check out the link there. Does it work? Yes. I'm not talking to you, Joshua. And if I could figure out how to mute you, I would do that. No.
Look at your name on the screen.
Yeah? What'd you do? Why'd you break all those things? I fixed it. Don't touch it! What are you doing?
The TV was in the camera view.
No, it wasn't. It was the green screen. I just fixed it.
Oh, I just fixed it more.
Look, no, that's not how it works. Anyway, thank you all very much for joining us. You can check out the gear link here to check out the information about Nightingale, as well as all of the other characters that we're playing in the game. Joshua, what kind of a game is Middara?
It's a game with cards and minis and boards and dice. It's got a lot of rules. You move minis on the board, you roll dice, and you attack things.
Are you still muted? You might still be.
Was I muted, guys? I don't even know.
Can you get your act together? Speaking of the unintentional malum, you are an intentional malum.
The best malum.
No. What did we do last time on Twitch Plays Middara?
We got a boomstick!
That's a shotgun. We got a pistol.
No, it's a shotgun, a.k.a. a boomstick. Because a boomstick is a shotgun. And this action is a shotgun. That's not a pistol. In case that's what you meant by that statement, I'm not 100% sure because you did not clarify what it do. We don't know yet. We just got a shotgun. We got Patrick's shotgun. Do you know what that means it's time for?
Haven't even started the show, and you've already taken it off the rails. And I'm going...
Choo-choo! Off the rails! Woohoo! Could do shopping, but we're going to go gambling! Side quest, a curious game. Take it away, Ann. Oh, sorry, it's me. We don't have time for this. Rook's tone was even. Finding Arslan is the only way we're going to find more information about Thedodian.
Who?
Thedodian.
What's the girl's name?
Asling. Like cuddling.
This is going to be...
We had rails in the first place out. Josh has a lot of energy. He must have been really busy this weekend. Yep. Sorry, Ann.
Do you want to back this all up, please, for the love of God?
Beep, beep.
Keep on going.
Beep,
Further.
Beep, beep.
Further. Way more.
Beep.
You gonna try it again?
Beep, beep.
You're gonna break the screen.
Beep, beep.
Do not come over here. I will cut you.
What are we doing?
Do you want to try what we did last week again and just start from there?
Start from where?
What did
Josh's milkshake brings all the girls to the yard. They're like, it's better than yours. Damn right, it's better than yours.
What did we do?
But I have to charge.
What did we do last week?
We found the boomstick. We found Padre's boomstick. It was in the water. It got a little wet. a little rusty. He's going to polish it out. He's going to polish his boomstick.
And then we went back to town.
Yeah.
And at the end of the last stream, Nightingale and Twitch was talking about a couple of objects they may want to purchase.
Yeah.
And we talked about, we divvied up all of the gold that you guys have, 8 XP, but you were saving up for I think it's called the Hate Aura, which is 10 XP. So now in the town option, we had a couple of things that we could do. We could have done the bounty.
Yep.
We can continue on with the quest. But there's something special about this town option where we can play a side game.
The side quest.
So we decided to check out the side quest.
Yeah.
Now I'll let you read. And we can just cut out that other 5 minutes of the whole show. I really want Matt back. I never, ever, ever thought I'd say that. Ever. Ever. Ever.
We don't have time for this.
Rook's tone was even.
Finding Arslan is the only way
Still
we're
no.
going to find more information about the Thedodians. I know!
Could you point to me where...
Nightingale didn't actually slow down. She's just about reached the doors to Patrick's Inn.
Do me a favor. Do me a favor. Where is the R in this name?
It's Asling.
It's Ashling.
Asling. Where's the H?
The AIS, as I've explained for like 5 weeks now.
This is not Twitch teaches Josh English.
Oh my God! This whole company is and teaches Josh how to speak. That's our whole friendship is and teaches Josh English. I hate you.
I know.
Nightingale didn't exactly slow down. She just about reached the doors to Podrick's Inn. The sound of angry shouts mixed freely with happier sounds. Nightingale didn't know exactly what to expect. A barroom brawl? Maybe somebody had screwed up somebody's tattoo and they decided to take it out on the establishment. It won't take long. I just want to see what's going on. She just pushed through the doors, shoving her way into the inn. Instead of violence, Nightingale found the inn packed with patrons. At least 100 people gathered around tables in groups, rolling dice and shouting. What are they playing? Nightingale thought as she walked slowly between the tables, but she couldn't make any sense of it. Whatever this game was, it was obviously popular. She saw paupers, city guards, and even a few of the rich merchants all playing together.
5 minutes.
Podrick's senior employee called from near the back of the room. Her staunch voice and mannerisms were at odds with her delicate features.
Finish up.
Nightingale bounced over towards the woman. Podrick's employee was slouching on the bar with her pad of paper on her lap and a clock just beside her. Nightingale approached, trying to look as friendly as she could. Hey, you. Nightingale fumbled the introduction.
The name's Charlotte.
The girl responded, not looking away from the clock. Hi, Charlotte. Nightingale couldn't quite keep herself from rushing over her words. What's everyone's playing? It looks fun. That got her to look up. There was disbelief in her expression.
Abraxas.
She said, looking at Nightingale's blank stare.
You know, battle dice.
Oh. Nightingale turned away. To her surprise, Rook had been following close behind her. To her surprise. At this point, she should know that he's just constantly right next to her. He already had something in hand. A little bag of dice! Both of the bags of dice are empty. Oh no, this one's got dice in it. Little bags of dice. He looked down at her and shook the bag in front of her.
Look like the round is almost over. You want to try playing night?
You play this game? Nightingale raised her eyebrows. Remi poked up beside Rook, tugging something out of her satchel. Sure enough, it was her own set of dice. You don't? Nightingale looked around for support. Zeke?
Never heard of it either. Probably too common for people like us.
Zeke straightened in an obviously try-hard regal pose. Charlotte spoke up from behind her, sounding bored again. It's 5 gold for each of you if you'd like me to add your names to the roster. That's 20 total. She extended a hand towards them, but was still watching the clock. So, does the party have 20 gold and want to play? I've already made decisions for you.
Yes.
Then I need this. Okay. Continue to learning Abraxas battle dice. So everybody is putting in their 5 gold. Joshua is stealing money from everybody.
And it's covering for me.
Not even in a million years. Okay. All right. Everybody take a seat. Charlotte pulled over a chair at one of the empty tables, sitting on it the wrong way and setting down several bags of dice in front of her.
I can't believe we're doing this.
Zeke muttered, glowering at Rook.
Could be out there killing real monsters, and we're going to sit here and play pretend?
Yeah. What we're fighting might not be real, Remi spoke up before Rook could. But the stakes are. It's the thrill of battle without the danger. Like the bellicose arena. It's like going to the arena to cheer for your favorite team, but more accessible.
They're making stakes. Oh.
Zeke said with some understanding. Every institute in Middara had a bellicose arena team. Zeke had watched them play back in Elenia proper. However, his favorite team always lost.
The Dolphins.
Charlotte smacked the table loud enough that Zeke almost jumped. Hey, everybody! Shut up! I don't have all night. Get your dice, and we can go over the rules. Joshua.
A rude game
Never
store
met one of
employee.
those.
Never met one of those.
Rook said, smiling at her. Charlotte glared back with eyes like daggers.
Like the look Anne's been giving me all night.
Oh, my God. Okay. So, Joshua, you apparently have read the rules.
No, I have not.
So this is like all of our spotlights?
Yep.
Good. Great. So read page 67 of the rule book and play a game of Abraxas against the Pirate Wench.
It's a lie because it's actually page 70. Abraxas Dice is a minigame that can take part in and during the adventure mode.
That's the Pirate Wench.
Uses Abraxas cards, the custom dice, damage tokens, and SP tokens. Which card do you want?
Pirate Wench. That was aggressive and rude.
Gotta be aggressive.
Be aggressive.
All right, each adventurer gets 4 dice. Give one adventurer the white die and the purple die. Another the teal and the orange die. Another the green and the red die. And another the blue and the gray die.
Okay, wait. What are my combos?
White and purple.
Okay.
Teal and orange. Green and red.
Okay.
Blue and gray. So white, purple, teal, orange, green, red, blue, gray.
Do you know which ones you're getting?
Nope. Each player also starts with 10 Abraxas points and 5 fate tokens.
Do you know why I gave you those ones? Didn't answer my question.
No, I don't know why.
Because it's red and green, and you're red and green colorblind. And that's funny. White and purple. Okay, white and purple. So then Twitch is going to be teal and orange.
Okay.
And then I'll be blue and gray. Okay, and then each person starts with what?
10 Abraxas points and 5 fate tokens.
Abraxas?
Yes. These may be tracked with damage tokens and SP tokens, respectively.
10 Abraxas points and what?
5 fate tokens.
Can you give him a box?
Nope. No box for you.
Box and socks. Reach with your tiny T-Rex arms.
You reach with your tiny T-Rex arms.
Okay. Keep it going.
The game takes place through a series of 5 rounds. The goal of each round is for the adventurers to roll their dice and have their symbols on all 4 of their dice match the symbols printed on the bottom of the Abrixis card they are facing as closely as possible. At the end of each round, if the adventurers fail to match the symbols on the Abrixis cards, they lose Abrixis points. When an adventurer loses their Abrixis points, they are out of the game.
Okay. those 5 are for you. There you go. You can.
Adventurers can match their symbols well enough to survive these 5 rounds. They'll be rewarded.
I need an extra one. Oh, so your actual counter. Okay, these are the 5 for Twitch. And these are the 5. Oh yeah, I already got my 5. Okay. And then the other ones are 10 Abraxas points. What are you doing?
Looking for the rare gear.
I'm really just having a lot of fun throwing tokens at you. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's for you to make a change for your health. 2, 3, 4, 5. I really am not trying to make a mess. And I really am making a giant mess. 5. Yee! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Okay, so you start off with 10 Abraxas points and 5 fate tokens. This says we're playing against the pirate wench.
Yep.
Okay, so the pirate wench says each round draw a rare weapon and add its symbols to the pirate wench. And on the pirate wench, the symbols right now are 2 books and 2 shields. So
Those are the rare gear. Give me that look.
okay. So what do we do to start?
All right. So we need to grab a random weapon to see what we're rolling for.
Cool. This looks
Can
cool.
you fix the focus? It's a little out of focus. Can you like put it in the middle of the table so like it's not covering me?
Nope.
We just do the bottom of it. So you can kind of cover the whole card and just show the bottom.
Joshua?
What? I meant the weapon card. You could put that whole card on top of the weapon card. There you go.
I hate you on a deep, deep emotional level.
All right. So we need to. So everyone's going to roll their dice.
Okay, so Twitch is going to roll a teal and an orange. I'm going to roll blue and a gray. Okay. Ooh.
So we need to roll 3 shields, 2 books, and a star.
Each person individually?
I believe so. Okay. So we roll. What we're going to do is take 1 dice and lock it in.
Okay.
Which means that's the die you're going to keep.
Okay.
So you probably want to change their die to match what's up there.
Okay.
If you would like to lock in a second die, you can spend one of your fate tokens to do it.
Okay. So I'm going to lock in this die. Okay.
If you don't want to lock in any of your dice, you can spend a fate token to reroll.
So now, what's the next step?
Wait. Oh. Have them roll another teal and another orange. You roll 4 dice. Both teals, both oranges.
Ah, okay.
So grab us the other dice.
So that's all 4 of theirs.
Okay, so they want to lock in the 8. They can lock in the others if they want, or they can just keep rolling and not spend any fate tokens.
I don't understand. Why would you... I feel like you would have to spend fate tokens to...
There's 5 rounds. You only have 5 fate tokens.
So Josh is saying that you need 2 books, 3 shields, and 1 star icon. Yes, I understand this. But why do you spend a fate token to lock... Wait, you
To
spend
lock an additional die. Each round, you're going to take 1 die and lock it.
Okay.
Then you're going to roll the remaining and do it.
Yahtzee
Take a die
style.
and lock it.
Okay.
Yeah, you take 1 dice each time.
Okay.
If you want to take an extra die, you have to use a fate token.
If you rolled 2 really good things, then you would spend a fate token to lock in 2 dice. Okay. I understand what you're saying. Okay.
Okay.
So then I had a 9, and I locked that one. So they locked the 8. Well, all we have now locked is the second orange. No, so those 2 teals and the 2 oranges were the first roll.
Yeah.
So now you're going
So they're
to
saying
roll...
if they lock that orange now, they have it. But you guys got 3 rolls.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't make sense to lock it.
So I think that... All right.
Make sense?
Yeah. No,
All right,
now
so
it
have
makes
them
more
re-roll
sense.
their 3 dice.
So you're going to roll a teal and 2 oranges.
Oh.
I'm going to lock that one. Now I have...
Gonna lock that. How much? So what do we need? 3 shields, star, and 2 books. All right, I already have this locked. I'm good.
This is not good for
I'm gonna
me.
spend a token here. Twitch got another 8. They're done.
But they have to spend fates to lock it. This is just the second roll.
If they book the 8, if they take one of those, another 8,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that gives them all the symbols they need. They might be a shield off.
They have... It was an 8 orange?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So then, yeah, they have 3 shields.
Okay, 2 books and a
3
star.
books and 2 stars.
That's all they need.
I don't have a star.
So they're good.
Okay. I rolled on my dice. There's 5 rounds?
4 rounds. If you get a result you do not like, you can spend a fate token to not lock a die in. So you could be 5. It could be more rounds.
I feel like I would be locking these in forever. I don't think I'm going to get it. Okay, what happens if I don't get it?
You don't get it. How many symbols you're off?
Yeah, 1.
You're going to take 1 damage. So your 10 points, you're going to go down to 9. You just have to survive 5 rounds.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
Okay. 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 So then Twitch survives that round.
Yep.
Because they have it with the 2 8s on the teal and the orange.
Oh, okay. So there's a little extra bit,
Yeah.
which we didn't talk about. If an adventure matches the card symbols exactly, they gain 1 point. It breaks his point.
Okay.
Just if you meet it exactly.
So that's a health point back, essentially.
Yeah. Okay, got it.
Yes.
So yeah, you get a point back if you have exactly those symbols. You don't have any extra symbols. All right.
Okay. This is a poopy first round. Well, this is like a learning round.
Okay. You go above 10? What do you mean 10? Oh, yeah, you go. Yeah, you just get a point. Yeah, you go above 10. So it's not a big deal. All right, so that's it. That's the first round. We have 4 more rounds left. So we're going to get a new rare gear card. to put on the...
But they would have needed to... So if they wanted to lock in 2 dice on the first one, you would have had to spend a fate token to lock in the additional die, because the 8 orange... The 8 teal by itself did not match the 3 shields that you needed, or the 2 books.
And that's why they rolled the second time and locked the second die in and had it.
I understand.
I don't understand what you're...
I wasn't talking to you, really.
Okay.
Okay. So now we draw another rare weapon?
Yep. And what's the text on that say?
Of what?
So it says, each round draw a rare weapon and add its symbols to the pirate wench. You don't get rid of the old card. You add it.
Oh my God.
It gets harder and harder.
This is terrible. Okay. Oh, man. Okay, so then this one is 2 books.
You're going to have to scoot it up more.
Joshua?
Refocus it, please.
So this one is 2 books.
5 shields.
And 2 stars.
All right.
I requested 1 extra teal die. So we'll ignore the 3rd teal die. And you folks tell me which die you want to lock in. So that second 7 doesn't count.
Go ahead, roll your dice, Dan.
So which die do you want to lock in?
What?
I can't focus on Twitch and my die at the same time, so you're going to have to be a little patient.
Okay.
The first teal. Okay. So we're going to keep the 7. And now we're going to roll teal, orange, orange. Okay, so the 3, the 8, and the 7, which one are we going to keep?
The 8. The star.
Okay. So now we have 3 shields, 3 books, and a star, and we can roll the teal and the orange.
What die did you save, or you haven't rolled at all?
I haven't rolled yet. Oh, yeah. Keeping that one. Okay, so a 6 and an orange 8. So if you keep the orange 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, then you are 1 shield short. The 8 again. Okay. And now we're going to roll the teal.
Okay.
Oh, so much better. Thank you for being a friend. Oh, that was a good roll. Okay. So Twitch this round has 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shields.
Okay, that's enough.
1, 2, 3 stars.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6
I need
books.
2 books, so they're good.
I currently have 3 shields, 2 stars, and 3 books. What do I need? I got books done. I got stars done. I need 2 more shields? Yeah, 2 more shields. That was terrible. That was awful. That's fine. I made. This one I made. Okay, so I got 2 shields for 5 books. How many shields? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shields, 4, 5 books, and 2 stars.
Okay. So you made it.
Okay.
Rook made it. Zeke was 1 star short, so he's taking 1 damage.
Okay. Overkill is a build after all. Okay, so now we add another one.
Yeah. You want to just grab from the middle of the deck because I don't know how. They're probably sorted.
I don't think that it mattered. These stars are a beast. We have to survive 5 rounds?
Yep.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
This is terrible. Okay. So now this is 6 shields, 2 books, 3 stars.
Yep.
So if you guys at home can roll for your first roll. Oh yeah, I got a 10. Let me know which die or dice you want to keep. There's that 8, that orange 8. Keep the 8. Okay. So then we're going to be 1 orange and 2 teal. Thank you for being a friend. I need... Okay, 6, 4, and 8. 4 dice. How do we get 5 stars? Yeah, you don't.
You don't.
So there's 3 stars right now that we need.
Yep.
So we're going to keep the teal 8.
You just have to survive till the end. You don't have to, like, beat each roll. So if the last roll you just can't get 1 star, then that's what it is. Yeah. I spent a lot of fate tokens. 10 HP.
So that's an 8 teal and a 2. So we're keeping the 8 teal. And now we're going to reroll.
Do they have everything they need?
They have... Currently have 3 stars, 5 shields, 4 books. So we're re-rolling the
They
orange.
need 1 more shield.
Yep. I did not get it.
You can spend a fate token
To do what?
to roll again. To not lock a die.
How many more rounds do we have?
This is round 3 of 5.
Okay, so then I'm...
What are you short?
The star.
Just the star? Do you have everything else you need?
The orange was a 2 for Twitch. So Twitch is short shields. Do you folks want to spend a fate token to re-roll the orange die? We'll take the 1 HP hit. Take the hit.
Okay.
Okay. So then that puts them at 9 health. The Braxis points. What am I short?
You short just the. You said you just short the star.
So I have 2 stars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shields. Is that enough shields?
You need 6 shields.
1, 2, 3, 4 books.
You just need 2 books.
So then I should probably take the hit.
You're gonna lose 2 points. You're
Why 2?
short a shield and a star.
Oh.
The die you're rolling right now is a book heavy die. It is not a shield heavy die.
So I should take the hit.
Probably make more sense to take the 2 damage.
Okay, fine. I'll take the 2 damage. Okay. Alright, so we take out the next weapon.
Yep.
That looks like your face. Oh, look at that, Joshua.
Oh, nothing.
That's nice. Okay, let's do it again. I switched it up this time. See how I did that?
Ooh. spend all my fate tokens now.
10. Oh, yes, that was very nice. I like this very much. Okay, which die are you keeping?
I'll spend the last one to do that.
Are you folks keeping the 7? Orange? Reroll all?
Can spend a fate token to reroll them all.
I mean, it's the 4th round and they have 5 fate tokens. Do you lose anything for losing? No. Okay, so I say spend the fate token and reroll at them all, right? Spend it, no point keeping them. There we go. Let's do it again. What do we need? God, I wish my short-term memory was better.
6 shields, 2 books, and 3 stars.
What do I have? 2, 4, 5 shields.
Oh, I did really poopy.
Okay, so then you can keep the 8, or obviously keep the orange 8. Two teals and an orange. I'm going to spend a fate token, and I'm 800% rerolling that. Don't be a... We have one more.
One more after this.
I can't die. Keeping which die? Thank you. Yeah, Oof is right. We can do it. You've got 4 more fate tokens.
I'm all out of fate tokens for both my characters. I just took a ton of damage.
Reroll. Okay. 2 teals. Sorry, hit 3. Fat fingers.
Any orange or no? Just 2 teals.
2 teals and 1 orange.
I don't see an orange request.
Sorry. I thought it went.
There's an orange.
Keep the 8 orange. I mean, I'm guessing that we're keeping the 8 orange. And then re-roll the 2 teals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 4, 5, 6 shields. 1, 2, 3 stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bucks. Keeping the 7. 7. Reroll the other teal. Six. Okay. So, Joshua.
Yep.
They have 2 stars. So
Okay.
they're shy 1 star, right?
1 star. How many shields do they have?
2, 3, 4, 5.
Short 1 shield.
Ugh.
How many books?
4, 5, 6.
6. There, they've got on books. So 2 damage.
Last round?
Did you take any damage or you're all good?
I'm all good.
All right. Zeke's down to 4 health. Rook's down to 5. And no more fate tokens.
How are you rolling? Okay.
Orly.
Do you know what Annie Looney would say?
Roll better.
That's right.
All right. So we're going to go up to 7 shields and 4 stars.
How are you supposed to get 4 stars?
1 star on every die.
And this is the last round?
Yep.
That's good. So Twitch, y'all have 3 fate tokens.
I think Zeke lost here.
Oh, this is not good. This not good at all. So I can spend a fate to reroll.
Or lock an extra die.
I can reroll everything.
You don't. You spend a fate token not to lock a die.
Okay. I'm spending a fate token. Reroll. Okay. Reroll.
So 3. Yeah, Zeke's out.
I should have just kept it. I'm spending another fate token.
2,
Okay.
3.
Oh, only. Sorry. Got it.
Rook's made it through with 2 health left.
There we go. Oh, I'm spending my last fate token, and I'm locking in an additional die. I have no more fate tokens. Keeping that 8 orange. 8. Okay. Now, you've got 2 fate tokens, so do you want to lock the 7, or are we re-rolling everything?
It's not a star, so I think they should reroll.
Probably, you're right. Roll everything. Okay. So that leaves us with 1 orange and 2 teal. And I need to reroll these 2. Oh, so good. So much better. That was so terrible. And I can't reroll anything. Okay.
Oh, they got their 7.
Okay, so 7 teal, keeping. Okay. And that means that we are re-rolling
Teal and orange.
teal and orange. So what did I... I took 3 damage. Wow, we have 7 hit points. I don't think we can lose now. We have 7 hit points. So you've got 2 more fate. Do you want to re-roll? Re-roll. I took 3 damage on 7. I have 4 health left. So it's...
Well, there was an 8 on the orange.
That's really good. So keep the 8, re-roll the teal.
And they got 1 extra reroll thing. Yep.
Yeah. Five. Shield. Okay, Joshua.
Yes.
Twitch has 2 stars.
All right, taking 2 damage. How many shields?
2, 3, 4, 5 shields.
Take another 2 damage, so 4. Oh, reroll last token, they're saying.
Okay. What was the last one?
The 5.
The 5? Be good, be good, be good. Maybe it'll be an 8. It's a 5. They rolled like you. Okay, and they have more than enough books. So 4 health out of 7. That's fine. So they still have 3 health.
Yep.
So they passed. So then... Does it matter how much by?
No.
Okay. So you've been challenged by the violent Trixie Pirate Wench. Depending on how many adventurers survive her saucy while, gain the following rewards. 3 adventurers, 1 random common relic. Do we get everything up to the up to the 3 adventurers? The answer is probably no.
I think so.
1 adventurer,
Gain
4.
the following rewards. I think.
You think that because we had 1 adventurer, we get 4 random mundane common consumables plus the 25 gold plus the 1 random common relic?
We had 3 survive, not 4.
That's what I meant.
It's a plural there.
That makes sense. I'll actually buy into that. How much money do we have to pay for this? 5 each?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if we get 25, we're dividing that up by
Everyone
4.
gets 6 gold, and we have 1 extra in the bank.
Thank you.
Here you go, man. Draw card and card.
1. Because I feel like if you only got the 1 thing after paying $5 each, that would be really bad.
Doom break.
Doom! So now they don't need to buy it.
Yep.
That's really cool. So, boom. Done. Cool. Very cool. So, this is going to go to Nightingale because we've already had that conversation, which means I'm guessing they're getting rid of the enchanted piercings. Because you can only carry 3 of the relics, right?
Grab 4.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Get rid of the piercings. 4.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Can I put the arrow back?
Yep.
4. So we got 2 juice boxes. I got excited and forgot how to type. Throwing knives. And HP potion. Okay. So I've got a bunch of stuff. I don't need anything. What do you have for consumables?
I don't have everything laid out right now, so I don't know.
That's not.
We'll sort it out.
I don't trust you. Sort it out. All right. How much can they sell the enchanted piercings for?
5. Is it what ability does the piercings give?
Conviction upgrade to white.
That's it?
Yeah. And you can flip it for re-rolling any of your die.
I mean, Zeke can use another. He only has 1 relic.
He has an advanced plank. He's happy. No planks to keep from Josh. I'm a little disappointed. Yeah, it's Bamf coin. I want to keep the unique weapons. Rare weapons. These are cool. Here. Zeke can what?
Oh, that shield shouldn't have been in there. Oh well.
Zeke can what?
Zeke can use another.
Relic?
He only has
2?
1.
Oh, so then you should take that. Okay. So Zeke should take the enchanted piercings. We has money. Money, money, money. Money. Jeez, I need a new settlement sheet, I think.
It's not a settlement sheet. We're not playing that game.
And then return back to the story round. Can you only play this game once?
No. Why wouldn't you be able to play it more than once?
We trade it to Zeke for his plank.
Plank. Zeke doesn't have a plank.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
I think you should look.
I have a juice box. At HP potion. Okay. Anything you wanted to buy?
They want the ghost canister thing.
Okay.
So especially now that they've already got the Doom Break.
Where is the other core we got?
You had it.
I do have the hasted core. Okay.
What part of his body does Zeke pierce for the earring?
Pretty sure his ears are actually pierced in the art. Yeah, he's got a big like hoop earring on his ear.
What was the other core?
The core they wanted is the ghost canister. The one we got is the hasten core.
Yeah.
Which is 2 armor plus 2 movement. And you flip it to gain haste. Which is plus 1 SP at the beginning of every turn.
Yeah, they sell the missing defense card, which I...
So it's going to cost them 45 gold to do it. Because this is 50.
And the defense core you get to sell for 5.
gold.
Ghost Canister is OP. At the end of each encounter, gain a random mundane consumable. If you're defeated, flip this card. Conviction, upgrade to teal, which there's your piercings. When an ally within sphere of influence provokes a break attack, they may dodge. That's cool. At the start of an encounter, unflip this card. That's cool.
Do you want the hasten core at all?
So that would replace my heart box, right? Because you can only have one. Mm-hmm. I don't think so. I kind of really like the heart box.
I think I'm going to give it to Zeke.
For the additional movement and whatnot?
And he can get haste from it. He's going to lose his aligning machine, which gives him counter and exhaust to reattack. But I think the game plus SP, where he can spend SP to do damage, could be really powerful.
Yeah, I agree.
So I got to figure out how much I could sell that back for.
Did I put the extra thing? Okay, so was there anything else you wanted to do?
How much was the ghost wanted to buy?
Canister? Was 45?
It was going to cost him 45, yeah.
So
15. Thank you. Can you give Zeke 15?
8, hold on. So Nightingale now has 38 gold. You want 15 gold for Zeke?
He's going to get 15 gold.
Why?
Because he's selling his alignment machine.
Okay. I have 65 gold. What's the pink considered? An accessory? What kind of accessories are available?
I think they're really poopy. Yeah, you don't want the accessories.
What about the armor?
Armor?
Because what I have right now is the occult shirt. What is the unique in the store now? Doesn't it stay the same?
It stays the same from when it was the first round, which I don't remember. Did one of us buy it, or... I don't remember what it was when we started. Oh, I think it was the sword that I bought. I think we bought it.
We'll have to go back and...
I'm pretty sure I bought it. No, it doesn't change every story round. It stays permanent.
For each town?
For each town, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
And then if you buy it, you don't get it. Alright, so there's the cat suit. Wait, let me see your... Wait, this was the sword I got from it. They're asking.
Yeah. I think that sounds right.
Alright, so for you, it would be... You could get the Hoodie of Deflection, which is going to give you +2 health over this one. It gives you the dodge with the counter ability. This is the upgraded version of this.
What about the movement?
The movement stays +1.
Okay.
You just get +2 health as
Can I
well.
see it?
Yeah. Here, these are the 2 options for you. It's a good
Are there
throw.
more options, but you've just decided that I can't look at them?
If you want to do the heavy armor, not the heavy, but if you want to do the more armor location, you can. But you attack things at range, so.
Yeah, I kind of like my +1 movement too. The cat suits gives +4 health, but I lose the thing. When I
Yep.
make a dodge, reroll your dodge, reduce physical damage dealt to you by melee attacks by 2. And I have an opportunity not to get targeted. The hoodie of deflection, it's +2 health. Does the same thing with a counter. During a dodge, if you don't roll a skull, add +1 to the result. That's cool. The first time each turn you're dealt damage by a ranged attack, reduce physical damage dealt to you by 2. Yes. How much can I sell my shirt for?
5.
So this will cost me 45?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's my... I'm not good at this game at all.
How much money does Rook have?
71.
Right, he's going to spend
So I'm going to spend 20 gold.
50 gold,
Okay.
and he's upgrading to the barbed breastplate.
21 gold. Is that why you didn't want to show it to me? Because you wanted it?
No, there was 2 of them in the shop.
Does Zeke want anything? He's got 108 gold.
I'm going to look.
So this is the fun shop phase.
We're going shopping! Are we going to the mall?
I wish. Essentially, yes. Essentially. Yes, what kinds of thing would Zeke need for his build?
He's got the hoodie. He's got his weapon, his armor, his...
The accessories,
Oh, he should have sold this. Give him 5 gold.
for what purpose?
He's selling his leather jacket because he has the hoodie now.
So he's got 100. Nope, I was wrong. Common items are 10. It was unique mundanes that were 15.
So take 5 gold away from Zeke.
Okay. So that was 107.
Accessories are meh. He's got that upgraded already. He's got that upgraded.
Do you want to use the English words?
So really we're looking at getting more relics for people. His armor's upgraded, his core is upgraded, his weapons are upgraded.
What is the relic? What are the relic options here?
That's what I'm grabbing.
Where is my little yellow sulfur block that takes the heavy tag off my weapon?
No idea.
Yeah, do I? I feel like you just... I feel like I leave here, and I feel like you just eat cards out of the bags. I feel like you get really hungry and eat the cards out of the bags.
Okay, so these are all the relics that we could possibly get right now.
Okay, the Balaclava of Beranos. So that's the conviction upgrade to orange. The Bauble
There,
of
go back.
Opulence.
And it got the flip.
When you're dealt damage, ignore half for the flip. The Bauble of Opulence is a conviction upgrade to orange. And after an opponent has dealt you damage, they are dealt magic damage equal to the damage they dealt you for the flip. I feel like maybe these relics are supposed to be flipped more frequently. Hidden piercings of protection. Oh, those are dermal piercings. That's kind of neat. At any time, this relic gains +1 armor until the end of this turn. The effect cannot stack. Shoes of Jordan. When you use this ability, roll the black die. If the skull is rolled, flip this card. Is that just... Oh, to dodge. Markings of Strength. Oh, this is just the +2 health.
Yep.
The Ring of Blood, which Twitch currently has. When you deal damage to an opponent, heal 2. Only 1 Ring of Blood may be used per action. And then the Doom Break, which is what you guys also just got. At any time, gain 1 SP. When you use this ability, roll the black die. If the skull is rolled, flip this card. I kind of am a little interested. That bauble of opulence. Doom! Are any of these interesting to you?
The other one, the magic damage back, that one possibly for Rook. Because if Rook gets hit really hard, he can. Like, yeah, no, you're gonna take all that damage to yourself. It's magic
After an
damage.
opponent has dealt you damage, they are dealt damage. Equal to the damage they dealt you. But you still take the damage.
Yeah. But Rook's like kind of the tank, so you can kind of take it a little bit.
How much money do I have? I only have $20. That's poopy.
Plus Bubble ignores armor because magic. Yep. How much money does Rook have? Not Rook. Yeah, Rook.
21 gold.
Alright, so he doesn't have enough to get right now.
No, neither do I. Okay.
That's after. It's once you take the damage. It's how much damage you take.
Yeah.
But you could choose not to use certain pieces of like abilities and stuff.
I still can't sell this, can I?
Nope.
I'm just going to carry it around forever.
Yep.
And I don't even really want it. So upset. Are you getting anything for
I'll
Matt?
talk to Matt before next stream. See if he wants anything.
Okay, so then I'll put this aside.
Yes.
The furry fun tail, essentially. Essentially, that's what it is. Would love it if you could tilt that screen a little bit this way.
Why? Use your big words.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
It's 9:15 if you're wondering what time it was.
That was the question. Okay. So that's the shop.
Now to the main quest.
Main quest?
Do, 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 do.
Uh,
Imprisoned by mistake.
Do you want to try the Abraxas battle dice again?
I don't think we can do it again. I think it's just once.
That's why I asked you. You said we could do it again.
No.
I specifically asked you.
Side quest, you do each side quest once. We now know how to play, so when it comes up again, we can go play it.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Okay, main quest. Right? Imprisoned by mistake?
Yep.
All right.
All right, this is the place.
Podrick stopped, looking up at the little stone manor.
Alson's place. Let's just take it slow, okay? She's got some real reasons to be upset with the Black Hand. If we can't help her, if we can't keep her cool, maybe we can talk her into turning herself in.
I doubt it. Remi flexed her wings, looking back at the house. It was the smallest in this row, yet expensive enough to be made of stone instead of wood, with the back half cut into the cliff. All right, I'm ready. Me too, Nightingale said, doing a little hop to hype herself up. Let's get that info. The 411. The lowdown. Podrick was the first to the door. He knocked rapidly,
Yeah, make the dogs bark, please.
pressing his face to the wood.
Ashling, it's me. Open up.
Oh my god, it's the first time you've said her name correctly and I almost had a heart attack. The door swung open. Aisling pulled Podrick into an embrace, burying her head in his shoulder. Podrick, thank God you're here. I think I screwed up. You could say that again, Remi muttered. Who are... Aisling released him, looking back at them. Your friends from the inn? She asked, confused. What are they doing here?
Brought them to help.
He glanced once over his shoulder at the street. There were several other houses nearby, and the streets were busy with passerbys.
Can we come in? People can hear us.
Oh, right. Aisling stepped out of the way, waving for them to come in. Sure, come in. Ashling's home was Spartan, with bare stone walls and little furniture. They made their way to a sitting room without enough chairs. Remi didn't really try to keep the anger from her tone as they walked. So, were you trying to cook us alive back at the informant's house, or was that only meant as a casual arson? Aisling took one of the two chairs, while Podrick took the other. She looked up from her fumbling with a little leather satchel she'd been wearing, eyes wide with guilt. "Oh no," Aisling yelped, one hand over her mouth. "Were you in there?" "Yeah," Nightingale answered before Remi could, resting one hand on Remi's shoulder. "We were in the basement, investigating the murder." "Oh, God." Aisling hung her head into her lap, hair covering her face. "I'm so sorry. I never planned." She looked up. "Podrick, I didn't mean to use the damn thing, but he caught me, and we fought, and..." She shivered, wiping at her face with one hand. "I've never seen so much blood in my life." Remi didn't give her a moment's peace. "Why did you have to loot the place? We wouldn't be here if you just left well enough alone." Remi didn't give her... Aisling was stammering, barely able to form coherent sentences. "I didn't know what to do. I just grabbed what I could and ran." She looked back to Podrick. "I was hoping to get something we could use to finally prove how crooked Grace Zhang really is. Get her ties to the Black Hand out in the open." She opened the satchel. Sure enough, it was stuffed thick with black ledgers and a loose sheaf of paper, all splattered with something red, brown, and foul. There was something else crammed in there too, something square and faintly glowing. But Remi didn't get a good look before Aisling snapped the satchel shut, closed again. "What does the Black Hand do, exactly?" Nightingale asked. "King Balthazar is my father. If it's that serious, I'm sure I could convince him." "Balthazar's daughter?" Aisling perked up. "My lady," she nodded respectfully. "Had I known Podrick brought you, I'd have shown you more respect." "Just answer the question," Nightingale muttered. "Well, fencing stolen property you already know. They don't really much care what something does so long as it'll fetch a high price." Her expression darkened and she glared down at the satchel. "They take no responsibility for what they sell or to whom. So when innocent people die, well, not their problem. Of course, it's much worse here in Romstead. Drug rings, prostitution, protection rackets for every business in town. And Malik? I've seen him..." Remi couldn't take it anymore. "Shut up, Joshua!" It just felt natural. It felt like it was the next thing that had to come out of my mouth. She glowered down at Aisling. "I don't care what you think about my father, but don't lie about him to my friends. Maybe his people sometimes forget to ask about where things came from. That doesn't mean he's a killer." Aisling stiffened, rising from her seat. Your father?" The pain was suddenly gone from her voice, which grew cold. She stared at Remi as though seeing her for the first time. "Your father ruined my life. Your father murdered my family. Your father..." Remi smacked Aisling across the face so hard it made her hand sting. Aisling reared back, digging for something in her satchel. Fearing it was a weapon, Remi reached for hers, but she wasn't fast enough. With impossible speed, Rook was between them. He shoved both of them on the shoulder so hard that they went tumbling to the floor. Remi scrambled into a crouch. Rook glowered down at them both.
"Hey,
He folded his arms.
don't."
"I'm so happy you got 2 words in. It's good." Nightingale cleared her throat. She faced Aisling. "Whatever happened, our friend had nothing to do with it. Remi's been at the Institute with us for the last 2 years. So I'm sure..." "Look, I already told you who I am. Give me those ledgers, and I'll deliver them to the king personally. No fighting through bureaucrats, no making your case to the court. I'll make Balthazar listen. But it's important we get those. See, we're pretty sure you picked up something crashed down the hall, causing Remi to jump.
City Watch!
Shouts and pounding footsteps echoed through the building. Remi's head twisted back around, and she saw uniforms rushing toward them, weapons drawn. Wait! Nightingale screamed, panicked. Remi scrambled to her feet just in time to see Aisling leap up and through a nearby window. Before the guards could reach them, she rolled out onto the street, the satchel over her shoulder as she vanished down an alley. Seconds later, they were all in irons.
It's all your fault.
I'm a big mouth. Zeke had been looking forward to visiting Romsted's castle, with its buttressed balconies lofting almost 50 feet over the crashing waves. He hadn't imagined he'd be dragged up the drawbridge in shackles. He found it hard to appreciate the ancient bas-reliefs that lined the throne room with cold iron digging into the skin of his wrists and ankles. Even so, it was impossible to miss his cousin's unusual additions. Elegant landscapes had been replaced with paintings and sculptures depicting the finer parts of the human form, to put it lightly. Other pieces of the castle's original decor had been defaced, painted over with band logos, or just blacked out to give the new additions a sleazier backdrop.
Hope your assholes realize who you arrested.
You hope your assholes realize it?
Hope your assholes. You're going to take a pounding.
My cousin Grace isn't going to be happy. You treated me like a common criminal. I just finished it for you. The guards wilted under his anger, as they'd done several times before.
Sorry, we have our orders.
Someone said, not meeting his eyes.
Please don't take it that way, sir. We don't mean anything personal, but Grace is the one who sent us.
The guards didn't release them, and soon enough they had reached the throne. Malik Moretti paced back and forth behind the throne as they approached, looking less together than they'd ever seen him. His hair was frazzled along the edges, and there were deep bags under his eyes. Grace looked a little more composed, though there was something of a terseness as she spoke. Idiots! I said to bring them here, not parade them through the city like captured pickpockets. Get those damn manacles off.
Told ya.
Zeke spat at one of his captors. The guards bowed, and with a few clanking sounds, he was free. They moved between the rest of his friends, unlocking their bindings, or in Rook's case, untying, as there were no manacles wide enough for his Herculean wrists.
These guns are too big to hold back.
I'm sorry, cousin, Grace waved one hand dismissively, and the guards hurried for the doors. This left only the 5 of them, and Grace and Malik behind the throne. I expected a little more discretion from my staff. We do
have a few questions for you.
Malik said.
Remi, Grace told me you were seen at the murdered victim's house before it burned down. Please explain to the governor what you and your friends were doing there. I know you have a good reason, and you weren't there to destroy evidence.
Remi walked past Zeke, glaring up at her father. You two didn't seem to be doing shit. So we tried to track the murderer ourselves. We'd made our way down into the basement. Basement? Grace and Malik answered together, both sounding worried. Together.
It's too late.
Yeah.
Basement.
Remi didn't slow down. My friends and I dealt with your pet, Melody. You know, the one we wouldn't have had to fight if you'd just been straight with us? We found a room of stolen artifacts down there. Malik relaxed.
Then why did you burn the house down? We didn't.
Zeke walked up beside Remi, arms folded. When he spoke, he sounded irritated.
That was Aisling. She's about this
tall,
pale skin, aquarium eyes, bright red pigtails, has a weird white getup. You can't miss her.
Aquarium eyes.
Aquamarine eyes.
Not aquamarine. Aquarium eyes with fishies and some lobsters.
The whole ocean is in her eyes. I know her.
I know of her. Malik interrupted, glancing sidelong at Grace. He lowered his voice to a whisper, but Zeke could still hear him clearly enough.
Chat says aquarium eyes sounds cooler.
It does.
She's the one I warned you about. The one I thought we might be having trouble with. I didn't judge her capable of murder, though.
Grace looked furious. Bitch stole the hegemonics from us, I bet. Desmond was eviscerated by that thing. He won't be easily replaced. I don't know what combination she has to the puzzle box, but it's obviously destructive. We need to be careful.
She was right.
Podrick muttered under his breath. He stepped forward, clearing his throat.
Excuse me, Duchess. Malik?
He inclined his head in terse respect to each one.
Forgive me for asking, but what do you two mean about we and us? It's no secret that Malik represents in this town, but our appointed ruler couldn't have anything to do with him.
It wasn't a question. Grace rolled her eyes. Don't lecture me on morality, Podrick. We both know Shalis is the only reason you didn't leave Romstead years ago. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't let you gallivant breaking all of our rules. Any protection Aisling had from being your friend has run dry. Podrick bristled, apparently struggling to form a response. Grace spoke first. Have you asked whose investments helped fund the demurge? If you knew what some of my other relatives had done with their lives, present company excluded, of course, you might see Romstead differently. If you had been here when I inherited a shack and made it into a palace, maybe you wouldn't be so quick to judge. Malik nodded his agreement.
Virtue and law are abstract until Elenia's cities are razed and its people enslaved. My organization keeps that from happening, even if the means we use are unconventional. Tell that to Aisling's dad.
Podrick hissed. Grace rose suddenly to her feet, glowering at him. Podrick stilled, suddenly averting his eyes. Enough! Our present concerns are too dire to waste time with the past.
Indeed.
Podrick bowed again with exaggerated formality.
By your leave, Lady Zhang, if I'm not being charged with anything, I have an inn to tend to.
Grace waved her hand dismissively. Fine, keep your nose out of this. Leave enforcing the laws to the keepers of the city. Podrick spun around and stormed out of the throne room. Malik stepped down from beside the throne.
If you don't mind, Grace, I would like to get my daughter to safety as well. I couldn't imagine what I would do if anything were to happen to her.
Of course. Dad! Remi squealed, pulling her hand out of reach before he could grab it. I can't go home. We have to track down the killer. Nightingale? I wouldn't worry about that. Grace sat down again, propping one leg up on the edge of the throne. The princess won't be leaving this castle. Your friends will be right here until I can get word to King Balthazar. It would be absolutely irresponsible of me to leave good family and friends out and vulnerable during such a time of uncertainty. What if I tell Balthazar about all this? Nightingale didn't know what else to say, so she resorted to threats. Do what you must, Grace hissed. Then she snapped her fingers, and once a dozen of the city watch filed back into the throne room. They made certain Grace's commands were obeyed. Grace! Nightingale began, shoving her way through the guards. She caught one last glimpse of Remi before she vanished from the throne room with Malik just behind. Duchess, Grace corrected, folding her arms. Yeah, whatever, Duchess. Balthazar is on his memorial hunt. I'm pretty sure his last one took weeks. You're not going to keep us locked up in your castle that long, are you? Nightingale said. Guards stepped up beside her then, one on either side. They didn't actually grab her, instead looking to Grace for guidance. It wasn't apparent they'd figured out just who they were being told to push around. It was apparent they'd figured out just who they were being told to push around. Balthazar will do anything to protect his family, girl. If that means locking you somewhere where you can't hurt yourselves, then that's what it takes. Grace sounded coarse.
Chat says organic liquefy.
The guards snapped into action, strong arms restraining her. Nightingale tensed, but didn't fight. What was she supposed to do? Fight city guards? Just doing their job? Grace leered at her. Look, on the bright side, you're on Middara. At least you won't get any older while you wait. Nightingale took no comfort in the luxury of the prison Grace chose for them, a pair of rooms in her highest tower. It had a wide balcony and an excellent view, none of which she cared about. She spent hours staring out over the city before she finally fell asleep.
Nightingale, wake up.
You're so terrifying. The Maluma's voice cut through whatever dream Nightingale had been having, and she jerked upright. She snatched up the weapon beside her bed, scanning the room for any sign of intruders.
By the balcony.
She turned and found the oozing, gelatinous shape of the Maluma hovering just in front of the glass. After a brief moment, it vanished. Podrick stood behind its form. He was out on the balcony, tapping on the glass with his knuckles. He stopped as she looked, waving energetically. Nightingale rushed to the door, swinging it open. Podrick, what the hell are you doing here?
Shh, not so loud.
He hissed, slinking inside after her.
They don't know I'm here. Also, clothes.
Nightingale blushed, moving for her still dirty clothes folded on a nearby end table. She began getting dressed rapidly and couldn't help the grin spreading across her lips at what she saw at Podrick's side. Is that a climbing harness?
Yeah.
He returned the grin, hefting something off his shoulders and onto the floor in front of her. Metal clanked from inside, wrapped up with several more harnesses and coils of rope. This
is a jailbreak.
Are you insane? Nightingale tossed her weapon onto her bed, then sat down on the edge with arms folded. Podrick, you just broke into the Duchess's castle. Grace already didn't seem to like you.
Chat said, wait, was Nightingale sleeping in the buff? Yep. Is that a climbing harness, or are you happy to see me? I don't give a damn what that woman likes. She's all rotten as Malik.
Podrick kicked the harnesses toward her.
Look, so maybe I still owe Chalice for...
He trailed off.
Some stuff. Anyway, I figured this might make us square. I save her sister.
Not just me, Nightingale interrupted.
I know. I've got harnesses for your friends here, too. Even Rook.
I didn't mean them. Her eyes narrowed. I meant Remi. If we go with you, you help us get her out. Remi doesn't have a damn thing to do with whatever Malik is doing here. Podrick glowered at her, but Nightingale didn't look away. She wasn't compromising on this.
Fine. We'll save Malik's daughter while we're at it. Just put that on the list, why don't you? Maybe Chalice will owe me when we're done here.
He turned away, glancing nervously at the door into the castle.
Just wake your friends. I grappled up here, but it's about 200 feet of free rappel. I've never actually done it before.
This is a great time to do it first time. Nightingale sprinted down the street at the head of her little group, ignoring the stares of evening travelers, city guards, and less reputable folk alike. It was a good thing Podrick knew the way. There were dozens of guards on the street armored in black, along with a row of men carrying buckets and shouting. Nightingale ignored them, too. And in the chaos, nobody moved to stop them. What's going on? Nightingale asked. The sky smelled like a bonfire.
I don't know.
Podrick said.
But we best hurry.
Soon they arrived at their destination, and Nightingale stopped short as they came to Malik's home. The elegant manor was in ruins. The front of the building had been blown to pieces. Stray bricks and cracked rock littered the street, and the windows of neighboring houses had been shattered. Instead of an elegant garden, a makeshift triage had been set up. Several men and women in dark armor had already been covered up with bloody sheets. Nightingale shoved straight through another guard, then past a nervous steward to where Malik was sprawled on a cot. The man wasn't in good shape. Burns covered parts of his body, and his belly had been wounded, wrapped with too little bandage. If Remi got hurt because this asshole took her home... Malik! There was nothing of deference in Nightingale's voice, only an imperious shout loud enough to be heard over the chaos. He looked up, eyes partially glazed.
Is that the arson girl?
Malik was a bit delirious. Even as he asked, it was obvious he was in pain. Yes, she loomed over him, hissing through gritted teeth. What happened?
Aisling.
He pointed back towards the house.
She had the Hemimox. The damn artifact is dangerous. She used it to summon an exalted esper. My people fought, but...
But what?
Remi.
He said, seething as much as Nightingale.
While we were fighting for our lives, she dragged her off. Where's the city guard? What's Grace doing?
Zeke asked, looking around at the mayhem.
She's probably finding out about this now.
Malik's weakness seemed to flee for a moment, and he reached, grabbing Nightingale's arm.
Arson, you have to save my daughter. Remi shouldn't have to suffer for what I've done. I'll give anything to have her back safe. Know that Patrick has an idea of where she might be.
You can keep your blood money, Nightingale said as she turned away from him, tail snapping in her anger. Remi's my friend. That's all that matters. She left him there, the triage swarming with more and more guards and attendants by the second. Together the group slipped away before any of Grace's people could arrive and try and detain them again. Well, Patrick, where did she go? Nightingale had no compassion left. Her question was cold. Malik said you'd know where to find her. Patrick had gone pale, and his hands shook visibly as he checked, then holstered his gun over and over again.
Not at home. She's not an idiot. She talked about a hideout, but I don't know where it is.
He stopped in the middle of the empty street, looking defeated. Zeke spoke up weary about how desperate Nightingale looked.
I guess Malik and Grace are both criminals. Is that strike 3 or 4 on the villain list? In either case... Guess that we only have a small window before Grace sends someone to find us. Maybe we can find Aisling, find more about Thedodian, and then get the hell out of here.
Nightingale scoffed at the remark, but as she turned to respond, she felt a sudden wave of nausea that caused her to steady herself.
I know where she is.
The Maluma spoke in her mind. It was like a cacophony of voices that all came at once.
It's your fault this happened, Nightingale.
So gross.
If you had let me lead you to Aisling sooner, the murderer would be dead and your friends would be safe.
Nightingale didn't banish the voice as she had each time before. Instead, she listened. Is your last offer still good? Nightingale thought back.
Absolutely.
The air before her blurred and fuzzed, filling with an abomination of snapping teeth and writhing black ink flesh.
My terms are equibet. Is that the right word? What's the word? You what now? I killed Anne.
You said equibet. Like, equitable.
Your terms are equitable. Speak your consent, and we will put this matter to rest.
Go on without me.
It's to you. Hey everyone. Sorry. Hey everybody. She called interrupting the deliberation. She hasn't been listening to. I know how to find Remi. Really? They all looked at her, straight through the transparent form in the air in front of her.
Do you just like read the first 3 letters and give up? Is that?
Wow, not very good. Do you want to go back?
Equity is an accounting term, which is why this was that much more fun. I'm freaking crying. Oh my god. I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting it.
You ever expected it?
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
No one expects the equitable.
Equibet.
Equibet.
Yeah, that's good. We're good. Oh my god. Hey everybody, she called, interrupting the deliberation she hadn't been listening to. I know how to find Remi.
Really?
They all looked at her, straight through the transparent form in the air in front of her.
How?
Rook asked, a bit worried. The parasite, The Maluma can find her. I'm going to let it take my body over long enough to lead us there, Nightingale said with feigned confidence. Zeke drooped the cigarette he was holding. Podrick just looked confused, but Rook's expression darkened.
Nightingale, you can't do that. How do you think it's going to take you over? Not all at once. It's little pieces, just like this. We have to find another way.
She didn't falter. You got a better idea, Rook? Rook only remained silent for a moment.
Let's ask Suri.
With that, he reached out into the aether and willed the girl to manifest herself. A short moment later, and the girl appeared.
Suri, do you think you could help us find Aisling?
Rook asked. Who is Aisling? Suri looked confused. I am not all-knowing. Rook, though I wish I were. You humans should be better at finding yourselves. Suri glanced over her shoulder with a nervous look. I'd rather not be wandering around after what happened with Melody earlier. There is no saying... Ooh, very good. With Melody, either. There is no saying what agents of the Great Bounty might be lurking about. Podrick looked even more confused. Poor Podrick. He stared dumbly at Suri's floating form, but didn't comment. Rook sighed, and Suri popped out of existence.
I guess I don't have a better idea.
Neither do I, Nightingale said with determination. Just don't let me do anything stupid, all right? I'll tell you when I'm back. Rook frowned at her.
Don't think it works like that.
She ignored him, extending her hand toward the Maluma's invisible shape. Just long enough to lead us there, right?
Only long enough. The scale is always even with me,
the Maluma said with a gleeful tone. That's terrifying. What other choice did she really have? Nightingale wasn't going to just let Remi die. With that thought, Nightingale willed it. It was as if she opened a locked door in her mind and let the Maluma walk inside. With that, everything faded away, and the darkness lengthened and stretched, wrapping itself around her mind. Reward! That's a terrible place to have a reward. Nightingale inches closer to losing herself forever. Her close physical bond with the Maluma has earned her some of the creature's inherent abilities. Reveal small hidden card UM7. Nightingale learns the joining story discipline. Okay, so you first got the infection, which gave you +1 health.
-1 health.
Kidding, -1 health, and it reduces the SP cost of a standard action by 1, which is what gave you the ability to, for the free move ability, and now you've gained the joining. You get -2 more health. Fun. And you have a resistance to magic damage. So what does that mean, Josh?
Figures may have resistance to different damage types. When attacking a figure with resistance to a damage type being used, that figure reduces the final damage dealt to them by half, rounded up.
That's really good.
This damage is reduced before the subtraction of armor step of an attack. So she takes half magic damage.
But she loses 2 more health. Mm-hmm. So we need to figure out how to get her more health.
She had a bunch of health because she had something that gave her a bunch of health, doesn't she?
I mean, I don't think so.
Yeah, her dress gave her +4 health.
Oh, well, that's good. Okay. Nightingale changed. It was almost as if her skin tone had gone a whole 2 shades paler. And considering how pale she was already, it made her stark white. Rook peered at her with a mixture of academic curiosity and fear. Her green hair seemed to drift, as though she were submerged in water he couldn't see. There was also a darkness in her eyes, something sinister and lacking empathy.
Come,
Nightingale said, but her voice was flat and emotionless. She began walking off down the street at a slow, jilted walking pace, as if she was learning to walk for the first time. Her movements seemed abrupt and purposeful, as if she was trying to be careful not to fall. Rook and Zeke shared a look of worry before following. Nightingale's body led them all the way out of the city. She never Nope, not it's smudged. Never slowed and barely responded to anything they said. And after a few long moments, they made it less than a mile out of the city, through a winding path that led them up a nearby cliffside, void of roads. As they walked, Rook couldn't help but wonder what Nightingale, the real Nightingale, was feeling. Nightingale screamed. She was aware of what was happening, but she had no control over her actions. It was as if she was locked inside her own head, pacing behind the windows of her eyes.
Stupid girl.
The Maluma thought, and its horrible voice echoed through the confines of her mind, the confines of her whole existence.
I'll lead them to the place where Aisling is, but if they all die, you cannot blame me.
Don't hurt them. We had a deal, Nightingale yelled, but her thoughts were crushed by the Maluma forcing her into submission within her own consciousness.
I always honor my deals. Protecting them wasn't one of the terms.
The Maluma snapped at her, crushing her will.
Your frail body is feeble. Aisling is truly strong, void of weakness. Her despair has forged her into something that might actually be worthy of me.
Nightingale lashed out with no body. It felt like a tug of emotion driving her position within the blackness that surrounded her. As she did, though, she felt her spirit suddenly strapped to the floor of her mind, leaving her crushed beneath the weight of her own sorrow. And the Maluma taunted her.
When Aisling eviscerates your friends and grinds them into a paste using the hegemonics, I'll be happy to leave your body for a new one.
Then the Maluma laughed loud enough that she couldn't escape it. There wasn't anywhere to go. Nightingale recoiled inside of her own mind. But no matter what she did, her reality was filled with the laughs of the Maluma. Be on your guard, Nightingale said, cocking her head to look at Rook, Zeke, and Podrick. The three were following behind her. This is the Maluma.
There are monsters about,
she said with a jovial grin. Special. Remi has been kidnapped. Mark her as unselectable on the adventure sheet. Continue to Romstead Cliffsides. What? Am I like literally sitting out?
Yep.
Oh, that's weird. Okay. Tip. Unselectable adventurers. Occasionally, adventurers might become unselectable. While unselectable, adventurers cannot be selected as members of the active group, and their items cannot be shared until they are no longer unselectable. Oh my goodness!
That really kills my voice. My throat is killing me right now.
It was well worth it.
So you want to give us a tidbit of what's coming up for next time?
Okay, so next time, you're Podrick next time. Oh! Really? That kind of sounds like it could be fun. Okay, so next time we are going to be at the Romstead Cliffsides. The sound of rushing water is accompanied by the splashing of loas, still unaware of your presence. It would be easy to avoid them by skirting the outside of the foliage. As you move to do so, you hear scurrying near some thinly covered tunnel entrances. To the south, you see a cavern, the craggy opening obscured in darkness. What could be in there?
Monsters be about.
Next time we are going to be... Ooh, there's a movable rock. Fighting in the Romstead Cliffsides. That is way too... So that is that nice little 8-square map there.
Any special, starting things on the map?
So, special encounter rules for next time. There's going to be this movable rock. So, as an encounter action, an adventurer adjacent to the obstructing terrain token may make a strength 10 check. If they pass, they may move the obstructing terrain token into any unoccupied adjacent space.
Push that rock!
Podrick, weaponsmith at Dragon Arms. During this encounter, the player who was playing Remi plays Podrick using his command combatant card. If the players have the story flag prized possession, which we do because we went and got the shotgun, permanently remove Podrick's command combatant card from the game. That's this one.
Okay.
So let's do that. So this was the command combatant card. That's Rook's job. It was the first useful thing he did. Yes. Reveal large hidden card UM8. Oh, this is cool. To access his new combatant card. This card will be used during this encounter. Podrick follows the rules of an adventurer even though he uses a command combatant card. Okay, so this is kind of cool.
The Idolator.
So, hey, bring that back out. The old one. Does that do anything to his conviction or casting die? Did you just literally throw that at me? Alright, so what changes? Artificer goes away. Guardian Angel goes away. Instead we get the Idolator. Podrick's combat dice change depending on his range from the target. We get to keep Like the Shadows. And instead of him being like a healing support character,
He's a boomstick character.
he's a boomstick character. After this attack ends, make another ranged attack. This is kind of cool. He's a boomstick. Alright, cool. His health, defense, all that is still the same. So it's just that he's no longer a support character. He's now a giant boomsticker. He's a barcode above his eyebrow.
What do you think the barcode scans as?
I don't know. We should try and figure it out. There's also going to be some strange rocks, strange cracks. I'm sure you can guess what that's going to be. Slippery rocks that involve an agility 10 check. Dangerous edge, perception 10 check. And we're going to have slow currents again. We're going to have some totems. That just looks like that. It's going to be interesting. All right. So that is going to be next time on Twitch Plays Middara.
Middara, the Unattention of Malum, Act 1.
We are going to be updating this gear card with the stuff that we got in town. In the meantime, the best place to join us for chat and talk about the show and things that are going on with Nightingale and things that are going to be on the next show really is our Discord channel. But make sure that you're following us on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. And like I said, come join us in Discord where?
The Malamon will talk to you in a creepy voice.
The Malomon.
With the hegemonics.
And the aquarium eyes.
Aquarium eyes.
And I don't even remember how you mispronounced equitable, but it was fantastic. I think
the Malamon can't read very well.
No, it cannot. The Mallow Man. Yeah.
The Mallow Man.
The Mallow Man.
From Mario RPG.
If you... Mallow. It's Mallow. Leave Mallow out of this. The frog cloud.
Equibet.
You truly do just give up after the first letters. That's it. Done. Plus 2 defense, minus 2 HP. Josh.
Yes.
This week is a very special week because here in the United States we are celebrating Thanksgiving, which is
Day.
which is a day to celebrate what we are thankful for. Joshua.
I thought it was the day where Columbus came and killed all the Indians and took their land.
It's not actually that day. We could talk about the impact of settlers on the indigenous Native Americans. Did you call them Indians? Because they're not. Anyway, what are you thankful for?
Thankful?
Yes, that means something that you're grateful for.
That I'm here and I could give my presence to everyone around me so they can be thankful for me.
I'm very thankful to have a happy and healthy family.
Really thankful for me.
And thankful for the opportunity to get to hang out with all of you and to play these interactive games and be able to play games and meet new people and all of, like, this whole experience. I'm also really thankful for the fact that we're going to get to go to PAX Unplugged, and that is the weekend of December 7th. We're going to be doing some floor interviews. We have just sent out our publisher email, and we've already got the schedule filling up with some really amazing publishers. We're going to be meeting up with Arcane Wonders, USAopoly, White Wizard Games, Free League Publishing. Thank you.
I'm still listening.
Oh man.
Especially after Origins, I don't know why you have such trouble with this. Thankful for the community games because people make games fun.
Yeah.
Origins. I can't give you a better clue than that. That isn't super obvious.
Joshua, we did lots of interviews at Origins.
Oh no, this is more than just interviews.
I literally just did all of the stuff now. I don't remember, Josh.
Who did we help out at Origins?
Oh, yes, Lone Shark Games. Yes. Oh, sorry. Yes, and Lone Shark Games. Are you getting Acts 2 and Acts 3, Josh?
I think I ordered them. Yes, I gave them money.
Yes, I gave them money.
I did also order the game mats.
There's game mats?
Yeah, the character mats, and it has little slots for all the gear grids and stuff.
That's
They're probably gonna be like way too big for this table, but like this table's huge, but I don't think there's enough room for all of it.
That's a lot of gear. So if there are other publishers that you want to make sure that we see, not sure if the live thing is going to work because yay concrete instead of a convention center, but it is our intention to try and get the videos up either that night or Sunday. So all in. Wow. $800 total with accessories.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to ask you a personal question. What did you spend more money on, KDM or Middara?
KDM. You could probably take all the other Kickstarters I ever backed, add them together, and maybe it close to KDM.
That's what I thought.
Aren't the mats bigger than the box? I think they are. They're big.
That's a giant box.
Like the mats are like.
How did you expect you were going to fit 2 mats on that side? Mats. Get it? That's crazy. It's really exciting, though. I'm excited to see Act 2 and Act 3, especially. I mean, we aren't even anywhere
We're
like.
still in Chapter 2.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really big game.
Dose.
I'm very excited. What do we have coming up tomorrow?
Join us tomorrow for Twitch Plays Kingdom Death.
Speaking of KDM, you folks are going to be having a giveaway coming up shortly for that game.
Yes. We'll be giving away Ye Terrain. I've gone in a little bit to the.
I don't know where you went.
The pirate thing now.
Are you?
What's his name? Kifa? What's his name? Nightingale's pirate buddy. That we decided was a pirate buddy.
Kufu?
Kufu here. Come join us for Twitch Plays Kingdom Death Monster.
Typically, we do have a stream on Wednesday, and we do have a round of Under 2 to finish. However, we will be taking this Wednesday off for lots of Thanksgiving cooking. But make sure that you join us here next week for our continuation of Middara as we go and try and save Remi. On that note,
let the witch burn.
Is there anything else that you would like to add? Anything that I'm missing? Make sure that if you appreciate what we do here at Twist Gaming and you want to support us, make sure that you are subscribing to the show.
And if you have Twitch Prime, that means
Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime, and that means that you get 1 free subscription per month. It does not auto-renew, so you do have to go back in and renew it. But you can also subscribe to us with the regular subscription
with your regular
tiers.
dollar bills, y'all.
Subscriptions get you access to additional emotes, to the subscriber-only Discord channel, to additional voting power when it comes to polls and things of that nature. Also, tips, bits, cheers, everything that goes to the show show goes into making this show a better experience for you folks at home. We're always wanting to hear what you want from out of the show, what games you want to see, what games you want to play. So make sure that you are voicing your opinion. What else do we got? Nothing? Hitting buttons? No? Yeah. Okay. Covered PAX Unplugged. Covered all the ways on social media to get involved. Covered the subscriptions. Covered bits and cheers. I felt like there was one more thing that I wanted to make sure that I touched on before we said we bid adieu. Maybe not. There definitely was something, and I will remember it as soon as I... Oathsworn would be a good interactive one when it ships. It's a statement for you.
Okay.
What's Oathsworn?
It's another story game. It's actually what I didn't look into that much, so.
Really?
I don't know it that well.
Okay. Well, that's a good
I heard it's cool. I haven't looked in it. I haven't been keeping up on all the Kickstarters and stuff.
Okay. Man, I don't want to forget as soon as I... Yeah, it's what's going to happen. And then I'll remember it later. Anything else you want to let our folks at home know?
Spay under your beds.
Good night.
Click the button. Do it.